Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to change out the driver's side valve cover gasket on an 06 Ford Mustang with a 4-liter V6 engine. Now as you can see, it's got the coil pack over here, and right there's the valve cover. Now this one hasn't been dripping oil down and it made the starter go out. Now if you need to know how to pull the starter, then go ahead and look at my channel, OKC Vet, and look for the video that has to do with changing out the starter on this car. Now the valve cover was leaking oil down onto the starter and caused the starter to get short out and go out. In this video we're going to be just changing out the valve cover gasket itself. Okay, so all the steps I'm going to show you aren't necessarily required. I'm just going to do them to make them easier for you to see how to remove the valve cover. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here to the intake and disconnect the vacuum line from there and come all the way to the back and disconnect it back here. They've got some quick connects on them. I'll show them to you right here. You basically just pull on this little tab and push it over and it'll unlock it in the same type of tab as over here. So go ahead and remove that. Then I'm going to go and remove this one from the intake back here. I got my panel pliers right here. I'm just going to reach down in there and squeeze the tab, and there you go, it came right off after that. Okay, so I'm going to pull this down, make sure it's out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the safety clip off from the mass airflow sensor and disconnect that. And I'm going to disconnect the wire right here that's on the top of the valve cover. I'm just going to take some of these off, take my panel pliers, remove this one off the top here. And I'm going to go ahead and remove it off from the fuel sensor also, right back here. I'm just doing that just to give some more room. Now I am going to be disconnecting the fuel injector wires down here underneath. I got the first one there, and then there's one back here. Okay, I got that one. Okay, so I'm going to be removing the fuel supply line right here. Okay, now after you get the fuel line off from right there, you'll need to go down underneath where the filler neck is, down there on the block. I know it's really hard to see. There's a bracket hanging onto the fuel line. Right there, there's a bolt that you have to take out 5/16. So go ahead and reach down there with a ratchet and take that bolt out. I'm going to have to reach down here with my hand now and get that screw out. Okay, so I got that screw out. Now the fuel line is loose off from the block. Now it looks like there's probably room to move the fuel line around and not have to disconnect the actual fuel line right there. It does look like there's enough room to bring it around and get the valve cover out. So now I'm going to go right here and pop the plug wires off from the center valve cover bolt right there. And I'm going to take a 5/16 and take the upper mount bolts off of where the coil is mounted to on the intake up here. So now I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this connector right here. I'm going to go underneath, and there's a 13mm on the left exhaust down there, and then there's what looks like a bigger nut on the back side for the bracket for the coil. I'm also going to go ahead and remove the spark plug wire on a Ford on the driver's side on a 6-cylinder. This is cylinder 4, 5, and 6, and the plug wires you can see right here are marked. There's a 4, there's a 5 on that one, and there's a 6 on that one. So it's pretty hard to mess it up whenever you're putting it back together. Okay, so now that the plug wires are off, whenever I disconnect the coil from down there, I'll be able to move the coil out of the way. Take the wire off on the back side here that actually controls the coil. Just lift the connector up. And we're going to go down there and get the bolts off that's hanging onto the bracket down below. So the bolt that's setting directly on top of cylinder number 5 is a 10mm. Yep, there it goes, dropped it to the ground. Okay, now the one on the back here by cylinder 6, it's not the exhaust bolt, but it's right behind it. It's a 15mm. So once you get that off, you should be able to slide your coil off. Just kind of rotate it up and put it on the top of the engine there, on top of the intake. And now you got a lot better view of what the valve cover looks like. Now I got those two injector wires off. I'm going to go ahead and pull this rear one off and squeeze that out. So now that's off. I'm going to kind of work the wiring up just slightly. Now this one is brittle, so you don't want to bend on it too much. Now there's a lot of debris down in there, so I'm going to take the air blower and blow everything that I can out from around the valve cover before I start unbolting it. Make sure you get down all in the nooks and crannies. Okay, so now it's time to take your 5/16 and go ahead and start unbolting the valve cover. Alright, so once you have all your bolts loose, 6 bolts, I'm going to go ahead and tug on the valve cover, and you can see it coming loose now. Just going to tilt it up and out of there, just like that. You can definitely see where it looks like the oil's been leaking down there. Now if you're having to wait on a gasket to come in like I am, then it's a good time to go ahead and clean up your head. You want to clean up all the surfaces of your head. Try not to knock anything down into the engine. I like to take a little bit of carburetor cleaner, spray it on a rag, and then get the rag down in here and just kind of scrub the surface with the rag. Alright, so hopefully you were able to see that. I cleaned it up right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it and pause the video until I get it all cleaned up. Alright, so while I was waiting for the valve cover gasket, I went ahead and cleaned up the surface. You can see there where I've got all the oil and debris off from it. Used a little bit of Scotch-Brite to scrub it down and a little bit of cleaner to get all the oil off from it. And it's pretty much ready to get the new valve cover gasket placed back on. Alright, so I got the new valve cover gasket set right here. It's the VS 50646R. So you'll want to remove the old gasket out of the valve cover. Just take your little screwdriver, stick down in there and pry it up out of the way. If it's the original one, it's probably going to be stuck in there pretty good, but once you get it up, you'll be able to slip it out pretty easily. Right there, it's really hard and brittle. You've just seen how it broke off. This is really super hard right here. That's probably where most of the leak was coming from. Same thing over here. It's pretty stiff. So it's no longer pliable. It's become just a hard piece of rubber, and that's what causes it to leak. You can see right here the piece that broke off. It's not flexing at all. You can see it's not flexing like this. But yeah, it's gotten hard, and that's what causes them to leak. Now this one, how it broke off right there, you might have to take the screwdriver down in the joint and get out whatever other pieces might have came off or shattered inside of there. And then you want to make sure that the rest of the journal all the way around is free of the gasket material. Now you want to clean that oil and grease off from it. Alright, so once you've got all the grease and oil off from where the gasket goes, if you want to replace the valve cover bolt sills, then you just flip it over and just take your pair of pliers, grab down below, and just kind of twist on it, and it should come out. And then you'll see the sill right here. Just pull the sill off by hand, just like that. And then just, you want to clean that up also. I'm going to take a rag, clean this up, and then I'm going to take some new sills out of the package, just slide it on, put it on there like that. Make sure the hole's clean also. Okay, once you got that done, go ahead and push the screw back in there, and it'll just kind of push in like that and be ready to go to the next one. So you're basically going to do the same thing to every one of them. Just kind of pull the sills out like that and just continue on. And put it back into the valve cover. Okay, so once you got all those changed out, go ahead and flip it over. Should be able to just grab each sill, figure out what position it needs to be in, and just start pushing it down into the groove. I like to go where the holes are, where the actual bolt holes are, go all the way around and get those in, because sometimes the sill could be slightly too long or slightly too short. And if you get all those holes in first, then you can just press down in between. And if it's too short, you'll kind of stretch it a little bit. If it's too long, you'll kind of bunch it together. But it'll be better to bunch together, you know, in an area like this than it is to misalign the hole. So once you've got that sill all the way around, just go over it again Make sure it's pressed down in there all the way as far as it'll go. So once that's firmly pressed in, it shouldn't come out, but you should be ready to go ahead and place the valve cover back on. Now, while I was waiting on the valve cover gasket, I went ahead and cleaned the surface of the head. So just make sure that there's no dust or anything, nothing that fell in there, a leaf or something. Make sure, you know, especially if you're outside. I'm inside of a shop, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. But if you're outside doing this, make sure that there's not a leaf or bumblebee or wasp or something that landed on there and ended up dying or whatever. You know, you want to take it out. You could also inspect the chain if you wanted to while you're in here. Go ahead, make sure everything's cleaned off with some air or something, which I already did, and take your valve cover and slowly place it back into position. Remember, your fuel line's right here, so you're gonna need to pull it out of the way. But go ahead and just kind of work your valve cover in the exact same way, in reverse of the way that you took it out. So I took this one out like this and kind of curved it outward, coming out. So now it's gonna kind of go in like a curve going in. So once you get it down there in the seated position, just kind of move it around. Now I'm turning some of the bolts by hand only to get them started. You don't want to cross thread the bolts going back in. You can get your socket and go ahead and do it by hand also. Okay, so this top one right here, I put a little bit longer of an extension on there, and I'm just going to start it by hand. So that one started, that one started. Like I said, just start them all by hand so that you don't cross thread anything. Once you've got them all started, then you can go ahead and basically turn them all the way down until they bottom out by hand. Now you can go ahead and turn it some more with a ratchet. I would start off in the center and just kind of go do a crisscross pattern, snugging them up now. Okay, so now that they're all snug, now I'm going to go ahead and get the torque wrench out. I'm torquing them down to 89 inch-pounds. Alright, now once you've got it torqued down, the rest of it's pretty easy. You just do a reverse process of the way that you took it apart. You got to get your coil pack back on there, get your plug wires back on, get your vacuum lines hooked up and all your electrical. But that's how you change out your valve cover gasket on your 06 Ford Mustang with a 4-liter engine in it. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me. Like it, share it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching again, everyone.